particular when we talk about maybe the positioning of mass participation events in comparison with your maybe more flagship event, how do you see the main differences when it comes to the athlete, the participants, but also the sponsor and the media?
Well, we've seen a complete new trend with mass participation that has boomed clearly over the last 5 or 10 years. That's another major shift in the market. People are more and more running, riding their bikes for health, for one thing, health concerns, but also in terms of leisure time, and people have more time to spend on leisure. And our job here is to take them from their daily practice or weekly practice to an event, and to bring them to take part in such participation events. And what we have noticed is an explosion in the number of events, that's one thing. In the type of events, because now if you take running, you have marathons, but you have half marathons, 10Ks, 5Ks, relays, whatever, millions of formats. And then also different formats that appear, which are less traditional, for instance, mud runs or fun runs in general, but mud courses in the mud, which are more fun, are appearing. The key thing here, again, is to try to understand what the participants are looking for, and to provide them with an event with the experience. We're talking more experience here, which is, again, not always about getting the best time. If maybe you run a marathon to break the 4 or the 3 hour time barrier, but when you do a mud day, maybe you do it just for fun, to go to have an experience with your friends. So we try to adapt the story to each and every type of participant. The other difference with the professional events is that we are much more focused on there's less TV, of course, and there's less live, because we're talking about mass participation and not professionals, even though there are some mixes somewhere on the marathon. So it's much more about getting the experience, getting these people all together, and then the sponsors, they come to be consistent with that story and discuss with those people on the ground, and then with the digital media, which then become much more important to that regard. Since TV is not the main way to communicate, we go much more on the digital for those ones.